Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to uh, today's session of CHCCCCS038 Facilitate the Empowerment of People Receiving Support. Today we are going to be starting from foster of human rights. As a care worker, as a support worker, or anyone working in this industry, we are expected to familiarize ourselves with all the law associated with human rights when it comes to actually supporting our clients. Human rights are the standards that are used to recognize and protect human dignity. So we can't say because someone is having any form of challenge, maybe disability, mental health, aged, or what have you, they all have the same rights as each and every one of us. So this right is based on law and act of our governing body. In Australia, the Human Rights Commission 2019 defines human rights as recognition and the inherent values of each person. And these are based on the principle of dignity, equality, and mutual respect. As a care worker, we believe we need to have this level of understanding that everyone should be treated fairly, treat others with respect, and always give everyone a genuine choice on their daily activities. So health workers, either child care, either disability, either aged, we are all under and we are all expected to uphold all this law. And all the law can be seen in each and every state in Australia. Of course, some of them are a little bit central to what is actually related to that particular sector, but in all, we are expected to always give the rights and the right support to everyone in our care. So assisting person in understanding their right, a care worker must support the client to understand their right by using some kind of media format that the client will understand, e.g. using of Auslan language, barrier text, to mention but few. Using some simple terms and avoiding any use of technical, medical, or legal jargons is always expected from all care workers when supporting their clients. Provide a scenario to explain each right and how they are essential to your client. Provide a list of steps that a client must take when they feel that their rights are being breached. That is, the complaint or feedback form or feedback or complaint system that needs to be followed. Answer question about right in a way that is clear, respectful, and discreet. Don't say because something happened, then you are talking about it right out there in front of everyone. If you need to invite or if you need to support your client by taking them to a much private area before you discuss it, that is what is much more expected. And speak about the child's right with their parents or primary givers. If it has to do with the child, discuss with the parents of that particular child or the guardian. So using the right-based approach to uphold the rights of the client in various areas of services. The chartered aged care rights involve the rights to respect older person. Those who receive government-funded aged care and service have the right to properly look after the aged ones that they are looking after. treated them well and give them high quality care or services. Safe and high quality care services, treated them with dignity and respect. Have their identity, culture, and diversity values supported. Provide them life without abuse or neglect. Be informed about their care and services in a way that the older person can really understand what you're doing. Access all information about themselves, including information about the rights, care, and services that they are presently enjoying. Have a control over and make choice about their care, personal as well as social life, and to make choices that involve personal risk. When you said someone is making choice that has to do with personal risk, that is what we can refer to as dignity of risk. We are going to be talking more about that as we go on. The Disability Discrimination Act 1992, this act aimed to prevent discrimination against people with disability and cover both indirect and direct discriminations. Based on the act, a person with disability cannot be discriminated against in the following area. 1. Employment. As a commission agent and contact worker or a partnership. Employment include conferring, renewing, extending, revoking, withdrawing an authorization or qualification, registration, organization under the Fair registered registration under the Fair Works Act 2009. They are not also they are not to be discriminated against with regards to access to premises or even education. Excuse me. Some of the implication and some of the laws that support people living in care include the Disability Service Act 1986, the Aged Care Act 1997, the Disability Discrimination Act 1992, and the Aged Discrimination Act 2004. We suggest you read a little bit more on this, on each of these laws to understand much better. Dignity of risk, just as I've referred to earlier that we're going to be talking more about it. Dignity of risk refers to a person's right to take part in activities that may come with risk. It is a concept that upholds a person's autonomy to make their own choices and become independent. A care worker is liable to any harm that befall their client because of their duty of care. Therefore, a care worker must always look out for the client and protect their safety as well as well-being. So the dignity of risk and duty of care are a very fine line in between them, and as a care worker we need to really understand what is our role. We need to understand what is the scope at which we can actually engage, or that is expected of us under law to really engage. So if we are going out of our role, we need to always seek for support if we are unclear on where we can come in when it comes to dignity of risk and duty of care. So a care worker, you can address the risk issue by explaining the risk associated with the activities that the client wants to do, or that the client is intending to take part in, before they actually do the dignity of risk. Doing your part is mitigating the risk that the client is exposed to, and listen to the client to really understand where they are coming from. Together, you plan how you will document the client's participation in these activities. If they still decide, or if they feel that they still want to go ahead, of course, that is their dignity of risk. You can't stop them. That is why we said we are providing a personal-centered care. So, that's the use of person-centered care approach that uphold the person's rights and their needs. So, person-centered care approach means that a person actually deliver, or all what we are delivering is in line with what the client actually wants. This means that all decisions on the person care are based on the client's needs and wants. In a professional care setting, the practice uses appropriate strategies that support the person's choice. Doing so will help treat the person with compassion, dignity, and respect. Generally, a person-centered approach follows the following principle. 1. Support the person at the center of service to be involved in making the decision. Try as much as possible that the support person are right there in the center of the decision making. Take into account each person's life experience, age, culture, gender, heritage, language, belief, and identity, and require flexible services and support to suit the person's wishes and priorities. Understand the person-centered care is a strength-based approach where people acknowledge as part or as experts in their own life, and they focus on what they can do first, in any way that we believe we can render any form of help to them. And when we are doing this, we should always involve their support network, because they are very big stakeholder when it comes to supporting your client. Any question, guys? If there is no question, this is where we are going to stop this study today, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you.